E aí, pessoal? Vocês estão prontos para embarcar em uma das aventuras mais imersivas e emocionantes do mundo dos games? Porque eu tô completamente hipado para falar de nada menos que Kingdom Come, Deliverance II. Olha, se você jogou o primeiro, sabe do que eu tô falando, um RPG que te joga no coração da Boêmia medieval, cheio de batalhas épicas, decisões morais complicadas e aquele realismo que deixa tudo com um gostinho de eu realmente tô vivendo isso. Agora, imagina tudo isso elevado à 10ª potência. É isso que a Warhorse Studios está prometendo nessa sequência tão esperada. No primeiro jogo, a gente começou com o Henry, um simples filho de ferreiro que, do nada, foi jogado no caos de um reino à beira do colapso. E agora? Agora o Henry tá de volta, mais experiente, mais calejado, mas também carregando o peso de tudo que passou. E, olha, a Boêmia não tá nem perto de um final feliz. Novas intrigas, uma guerra civil prestes a explodir, claro, muitos mistérios pra gente desvendar. Mas não é só a história que promete. Vocês já viram os rumores sobre as novas mecânicas? Um combate ainda mais fluido e realista, mudanças de clima que afetam diretamente o gameplay e até NPCs com rotinas mais dinâmicas e interações muito mais profundas. É tipo pegar tudo que já era bom e deixar ainda melhor. Então, prepara o traje medieval, afia a espada e vem comigo, porque nesse vídeo vamos mergulhar no que já sabemos sobre esse jogo incrível e porque ele pode ser um dos RPGs mais épicos de todos os tempos. Agora, bora assistir essa demo insano de 30 minutos e ver o que realmente importa, como vai ser dominar a Boêmia em Kingdom Come, Deliverance II.
Small funny elements and small funny moments. It's not there just because we think it's cool and it's funny, but it's also illustrating mentality of those medieval people, how they are. So they were having this kind of humor as well, and it's readily all over the books and manuscripts, and you can really find them in different ways. So we are just trying to tune with the mentality of those people, think about how they could perceive the world, how they are making jokes and so on, and then we are kind of approaching whatever we do with the same like worldview, with similar mentality. So
that's very interesting. Now let's talk to this wonderful fellow here, Menhard from Frankfurt. Actually, some backstory. Menhard is trying to build up a fighting school here. However, he gets into trouble. And we will today play this tiny little side quest. I say tiny little, but what I mean is a huge side quest. So let's take a look.
Who are you?
Ich bin Menhard, ein Meister des Langschwerts aus Frankfurt. You will not find ein besser Meister for miles around, I tell you. And with whom do I have die Ehre? Who are you?
Henry. I'm pleased to meet you.
Heinrich. Sehr schön.
So he talks this funny. In Germany we say Denglish, which is like German English. He's German. He came to town and he. So for those who know, Bohemia by that time, or especially like places like this one, were actually pretty crowded with people from all over the Holy Roman Empire, Italians, French, Germans, Luxembourg, and so on and so on. So they were all roaming the places, and especially here in Kuttenberg, because as Victor was already mentioning,
challenge people to duels on the street?
Kuttenberg had it's called Vaskidvur, or Italian court, and the Italian court is something like, think of it like the central bank of Bohemia. So that's the place where not only the money, the groschen, was minted, but also where the money was stashed. So naturally, a place like that attracts a lot of wealthy people, but also people who want to benefit from a place like that or wealth like that.
Therefore, I issue challenges to duels. I'm looking for brave men to take them on as Studenten. The rest I want to prove cowards.
So, he's, as I said, he wants to open a sword fighting school, and we will accept the challenge from him.
Richtig.
And
no man is better. Certainly not
go into a little sword fighting. This will also show you the combat system of Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is something that we reworked quite a lot, but not too much, if I can say it like that. So what I mean by this is that the combat system of KCD is still the combat system of KCD. It stays the same,
At least we'll see if you're telling the truth or just puffing out your
It
chest.
stays the same, but it is
I always like a
improved
good
in a way that,
kampf.
it's,
But the
that we
Schwerter
try
will
to
be
make
blunt,
it
yeah?
more accessible,
We do
more
not want to
interesting,
lose our
more
handsome faces,
playable.
no?
What I mean by that is, for instance,
I'll lend you ein Schwert, aber kein
the
Harnisch.
weapons should now
No
play and
armor,
feel differently.
only
The sword
clothing.
is still the intricate,
That is
deep
the best
weapon
kampf.
that requires a lot of skill from you. Can do the combos and everything, the tricks. But if you want a more straightforward, easier bonk on the head method, then you just go with a mace or an axe, which has a easier way how to use it, but
training,
equally
No armor.
successful, of course.
Works for
Still,
me.
there's the
How
stone, paper,
about
scissors system, so
Wette?
the right weapon works
Wette?
against the right type of armor.
Sagt
But
man das?
yeah,
bet
the
for some
movement
groschen,
sets have
yeah?
changed quite a little bit.
If you believe in
And
yourself.
this, when you do the perfect block, for instance, you don't do the animation, the
Master stripes.
no, the how do you call it when the time goes slower? Slow motion. The slow motion is not happening anymore. Okay, we should not talk over the NPCs. Sorry.
Naturally. We're not going to work up a sweat for nothing, right? A nice wager will bring some tension into it.
Good, good. I like your attitude. We have spoken enough. Let us do it.
Combat, as I said, still the same basics with the different direction. You can see that instead of the bottom left and right, we have one direction at the bottom, but this one is actually stabbing. So stabbing is not a button anymore, but it's when you aim downwards. But let's do this little thing.
So, Heinrich, are you ready?
And we have this chatting thing. We can directly talk to them.
Yeah,
Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. The enemy is after me. Okay. Show me your skill, bro.
We defended us!
Zack. Dude. Ah, that's my moment. So the thing is, it's still a very stamina-driven combat. So as long as you have stamina, that long you can attack and block, of course. If you change the directions as I do now, oh, he dodged, very good. If you do that, then he will have a way harder time to block, of course. So directions do matter quite a lot. And as you can see, I won. Hooray!
That's enough! You know full well you've no right to conduct the art of sword fighting here. That's the privilege of our brotherhood.
Halt die Klappe. I am Meister of Longsword. You well know this right we have from the charter of your King Wenzel himself.
Meister Menhart, let me remind you that your petition was discussed by the town council, and your claim was rejected.
That decision was not just, and it went against the will of your king.
It's no use arguing, Deutsche. The council represents the king, and the council has decided in his name. Nicholas of Prague here is also a master longswordsman, and we don't need another. Any more than we need your foreign poses.
Right then. So while we face your Nikolaus or any other man, we shall see then who is der wahre Meister and who is just full of hot air.
Well, I'm ready when you are, Master Menhart.
No, I forbid any dueling here.
Master Nicholas, do not allow yourself to be provoked by this German cock-baiting. No doubt where they come from, they would rather hack each other in the streets than respect law and order. But here, we have more sense and dignity. If anyone is to clash swords here, it will only be when our brotherhood convenes a tournament, not when some Hundsfott feels like it.
Fick dich, du Metzgerschwein. Enough of this, all of you! The council has decided this matter, and I won't waste any more time with your squabbling. You've infringed on our regulations, and it's not the first time. You'll pay a fine.
Scheiße. That is ungerecht. Not just.
And you will be banished from the town, so that nothing like this happens again.
Okay, So, as you can see, things are going downwards, and we have a persuasion system that is way deeper than it was before. You can now see speech, charisma, and might, and the counterparts, right? Domination, dread, and so on. So, they are kind of working a little bit like yin and yang, positive, negative, kind of. Might, here, mighty knights lead a good life, and so on. Dread shows that the weapon at your hip isn't just for decoration, and so on. So you can either try to use persuasion in a good way or in a negative way to get to the end or to get to what you're trying to achieve. And it again works as in KCD1. So you can have better stats, but it also depends a lot on the situation, on your clothes, on the where you are and who you talk to and so on. Okie dokie. Some decisions are timed. I am a super buffed Henry right now, so it really doesn't matter at this moment. So Menhard is a friend of our King Wenceslas. I think
Councillor, Menhard and
that's a
Arn
nice thing.
are friends of our good King Wenceslas. That's why they have his charter, isn't it? You don't want to treat someone of that stature like a common criminal or troublemaker. Show them the courtesy they deserve.
Fuck courtesy. To the pillory with them.
Trampling their honor and dignity underfoot is the same as trampling on the honor and dignity of our king.
Easy, Master Butcher. Kindly leave this matter to me. So, Master...
Henry.
Henry here is right in some respects. You have a charter from King Wenceslas, which, in truth, I cannot simply ignore. You will not be banished from the town, but I warn you, should this be repeated again, it will not be overlooked.
Ich verstehe, Ratsherr. Yes.
Good. I'm pleased to hear it. Nevertheless, you have actually been conducting the art of sword fighting illicitly. You shall therefore pay a fine, to which the Kuttenberg Sword-Fighting Brotherhood will be entitled for the infringement of their right, which also applies to your eloquent spokesman, Henry.
I think he didn't break any law.
Councillor, that would be all well and good if things were as you say. That's not actually how it is. Because Meister Menhard here was not conducting any sword fighting art.
Horseshit! What else would you be meeting up here with swords for, eh?
If he had actually been conducting the art of sword fighting, but Master Menhard here was only defending his honor in a duel because I wronged him.
Yeah, that is true.
Every man has the right to defend his honor. But tell me, how exactly did you offend Master Menhard so inexcusably that it came to swords?
Okay, now guys, quickly. We insulted his art, seduced his daughter, killed his dog, slandered him, cheated him, or cheated him at dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Be quick. Quickly. 1, dice, 1.
It's a daughter.
Daughter.
I seduced his lovely daughter. I'm not going to tell you everything I did to her, though.
Du Tier! Ich werde deinen Schwanz abhacken!
Well, he doesn't like that
But
much.
It seems Henry's tongue isn't the only organ he likes to exercise.
Yeah, that's what Ulrika said too, in between moaning.
Halt die Klappe! I will cut off your Schwanz and shove it down your throat!
I understand, Menhard. You're in the right. Do what you want with Henry, but not here. Take him off somewhere into the
You
woods,
guys are monsters. Now, Menhard is angry and Henry is a seducer.
Komm, Heinrich! We are lodging in the Schenkel Kaiser Karl, not far from here on Merchantstrasse. We will discuss our business there.
Okay, so the quest continues. We will continue a little later. So, of course, I saw your questions. As I said, I'm not so fast in reading, so sorry for that. Let me go through a few things. So, first of all, this build we are playing is a tiny little bit older, so it's from Gamescom. And you can already see what a great state that game is. Gamescom was in August, right? We are now in November, so there's months of bug fixing and optimization going on. And as you can see already, I strongly believe that the game runs extremely well. The thing that Henry is blonde, that's a bug, obviously. He's not supposed to have that. Just happens when you have this particular hat on his head. So don't worry, Henry is still the same Henry, but the hairstyles, of course, is let's say modernized, not modernized by modern standards, but modernized like he looks a little bit different, better than he did in KCD1, which is due to the technology being better that we're using. So it's not like he aged or something. It's just the tech we are using is so much more advanced than before. Well, it's still the same CryEngine, but the way how we use it and the way how we utilize it and the way how we use every inch and pinch just makes him and everything else look so much better. So
yeah. Like the whole clothing system was redone basically from the scratch. So we wanted to keep still the layering, still the nice combinations, and it needs to work for Henry as well as NPC, so you can use the cloth of the people, Europe or whatever. But the system behind it is the same as all the technology behind the faces and hair and so on.
So don't worry, the combat will not be easier per se. When I say make it easier,
So no messing about. Got it?
Who are you? Where are you? Him? Okay.
Don't worry, I'm a saint.
So that's the chat system I was mentioning earlier. So people are randomly talking to you, but they're not locking you into a speech or in a dialogue, which is pretty cool, I think. But what I mentioned earlier, I forgot what I wanted. Easier. So the game is not, the combat is not easier at all. It's still the absolute same system it was before. The only thing we are changing is that the weapons play differently. So the sword will be still the same sword gameplay as you know from KCD1, but if you as a player say, hey, I didn't enjoy that, that's not my, I don't want to do that, then you can use different weapons that will play differently and therefore give you a different feeling. So it's not easier or dumbed down or something like that. It's just, yeah, we enhanced it, if you want to call it, if you like that word more.
The learning curve is different.
Yes. Okay, so Kutna Hora, it's a real medieval city, as a matter of fact. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and we rebuilt it into the year 1403. You can visit it today, the town. You can visit it today, of course, but it doesn't look exactly the same how it does right now. You had to do a lot of work to make it look this way, right?
Yeah, in a way you say a lot. It's probably way more than people can imagine. It's I'm always saying it's we are really shooting ourselves in the leg. It's like the amount of work you would do for any game, and then you add this whole research and kind of historical, almost scientific approach to it. So you need people, there are basically people who don't do anything else than specializing on medieval architecture, for example. So we have one guy who is like expert in medieval architecture, and that's the whole process is that much difficult because of that. It's almost insane. It's really something which we have tough time to, but we love it. So it's we wouldn't do it otherwise. But sometimes it's getting really complicated.
But the advantage is also, so of course, if you build a medieval city, a fantasy city, you can just build it exactly as you need, which is an advantage for you. You can create the buildings exactly as you need them in the game. If you have a real city like that, you have to work with real data. Oh, the shop is closed, unfortunately. Can't show you the weapon shop. So this means that we have to take the historical data, and it's really nice that the city of Kutna Hora is actually working close together with us. Hi. Trying to, when they found out that KCD2 will take place in Kutna Hora, they were actually very, very excited. I don't know if you know, but KCD is kind of a big deal here in Czech Republic. So that's pretty cool.
Can you turn it around?
Yes, of course.
This is one of the things, for example, like when people, you introduce them, you are building medieval city, most of the people will be really imagining those narrow, curvy streets. And for example, here we got, even inside the team, a lot of impression was this is too wide. Why it's too wide and straight, huge street. This is not feeling medieval. But the layout of the buildings on the street is basically based on the archaeological research. So we know a lot of buildings it's not standing these days, but we know where the basements of those medieval houses were. So we use the map of those documented basements, which are, and then on this layout we built a lot of the city. It was really a big help, for example, in looking for the layout of the city itself.
They are fighting. We don't want to get involved. Excuse me, let me go through. And we will continue with the quest and talk to Menhard here. Hello, because he wants us to wait in the pub of Charles IV. Is that the pub of Charles IV?
Yes.
Emperor Charles, which we can of course see by this picture. Oh yeah, I said that earlier. The game is the build is from August. Sorry. July, August, so of course there's a few visual bugs here, but as I said, absolutely don't worry, we put a lot of effort and hard energy to optimize it and make it as smooth as possible.
I only said it so they'd get off our backs, you know.
Ich weiß, but you should have thought of something anderes. Zum Teufel, you made me a big shame. I will have to fix this for my good name.
Sorry. I just said the first thing that came into my mind.
Ja, aber do not do it again. Klar?
Klar.
Gut. Auf jeden Fall, thank you for standing up for us and dealing with Fridush. We appreciate that. Be assured. It is good we do not have to leave the town or pay any geld to those fools. That would be eine Schande. A disgrace. Auf jeden Fall. It is not over yet with those Kuttenberger Fechter. We must somehow compete with them to preserve our honor and glory. It is not possible that a Meister such as I can be rejected and humiliated.
Richtig. Es muss Gerechtigkeit geben.
Listen, Menhard. Tell me what it's all about. You have some charter from King Wenceslas.
Ja, genau.
I think it's enough if he tells us briefly, right? There's a lot of things we have to go through.
Yes.
Or do you want to? Nah.
Just the bare bones, please, so I know what I'm getting into.
Klar. I have a charter from King Wenzel to set up here and lead a Bruderschaft der Fechter. Aber the Kuttenbergers invited Meister Nikolaus aus Prague and set up their own Bruderschaft. And the Stadtrat confirmed it and rejected our right. Vielleicht because Sigismund is here and King Wenzel is captured. And also the Metzger Emmeram has much influence. That is why I muss mich duellieren with Nikolaus and the anderen. To defend my guten Ruf and mein Recht. Aber they have refused, made cowardly excuses and want to get rid of uns.
But our right remains. The Charta vom König Wenzel spricht klar.
Ja, we cannot just walk away and allow this öffentliche shame to continue.
Menhard, ich habe dis Idee. Aber Problem ist, we need a third man. Aber jetzt Schicksalsschmeiß upon us. And Heinrich ist hier.
Verstanden.
Heinrich will greifen us an der Arme. Ein einfacher kleiner Einbruch and we will beat them in their own game.
What's he saying?
We need your help, Heinrich. You will have to do a little theft for us. It is an easy job, keine Sorge.
Yeah, I mean, since we started the quest already, right? We'll help him, good old Menhard. By the way, I saw in the chat that you like his German English. It's really amusing for myself as well.
All right. I have a feeling you're in the right. And besides, you serve King Wenceslas. You can count on me.
Wunderbar.
Also zugestimmt? You will not be sorry. I will teach you many secrets of die Kunst des Schwertes. I will make you a great Fechter. Arne, lass es uns hören.
Also, es ist einfach. You must into der Fechthalle einbrechen und ihr Gildenschwert stehlen and then hang it am Rathaus.
Menhard?
Es ist so. You must break into their sword-fighting hall and steal their Gildenschwert, guild sword. They must not see you. You can recognize the sword sicher. It is surely a Meisterwerk. Then you must hang it on the Rathaus for alle Bürger to see. But no one must see you. Vielleicht it is best to go at night? Verstehst du?
Verstehst du? So this thing here on the left is one of the skills, right? So if and as I said, we have a pretty high level up Henry right now, so we go for that one. Sometimes when you go through skill checks, it's not only the let's say hard skills like speech, intimidation, and so on, but also sometimes but it was in KCD1 already when you learned a few perks, for instance, then you could use them in speech as well.
I'm starting to understand your plan. The Kuttenberg swordsmen display their guild sword on the town hall to announce that they're accepting challenges, right? Except they would never do that themselves. So, we'll give them a little nudge. They won't be able to back down, and Menhard will get the duel he wants.
Exactly, Heinrich. I see you know a lot about Fechter traditions. That makes me happy.
All right, I'll steal their guild and shirt and hang it on the town hall. Klar.
Wunderbar. The main thing is they must not see you. And if anything goes wrong, do not kill anyone. That would spoil our plan.
Yeah, murder can make things awkward.
Good. Agreed. When it is fertig, come and tell me.
Great comment. Random text. I love stealing. So, we got a quest. Our task is now to go and steal the sword, the ceremonial sword from the other sword fighting school. I saw a lot of questions about the PC specs in the chat and also about DRM. So let's talk seriously for a second, okay? Guys, get ready. So first of all, PC specs, okay? That is something that is always being made in the end of development, right? So first you create the game, put everything in there you can, and in the end you are trying extremely hard to get rid of the bugs and to optimize it on all the hardware possible. There's a minimum, there's a maximum, you know that of course. Right now, as I said, we are deep into optimizations and bug fixing. I'm extremely positive about the performance of the game and also about the state of the game if you're bothered with bugs or whatever. So we will tell you very soon. We are finishing it up right now. I can't tell you yet, but as you can see, this runs I think 80 frames per second right now, and I play on a decent PC of course, but it's or maybe even 90. So that is pretty good, but I wouldn't be too worried of course. And now the other part is...
And I think people will be really surprised what kind of PC can run it.
Yes, absolutely. So don't worry about that, right? So again, as I said, we learned, not from the mistakes, but we learned from what we did in KCD1. We took way more time than in the first game for bug fixing, optimization, performance tests, and so on and so on and so on. And we are working on this right now. And not only on PC, also on consoles for the console players. So there's good news for everyone. Give us a tiny little bit more time, but I think by the end of the year we should be able to tell you exactly what you should what you should get. I personally at home play on a 3050, I think, and it runs butterly smooth. But as I said, give us some time on performance, on testing, and we will tell you soon. Okay, and now the other thing is, and let's give me a second here of your attention. So DRM, of course. So there's things floating here in the chat. There's things floating out in the internet. And many of those things are absolutely fake news. And you should be very careful with stuff you trust and see and take for bare coin. So I can tell you right now the exact situation. And the exact situation is that KCD2 will not have de novo in there or not have any DRM system at all. So we never confirmed it. There were some discussions, of course. There was some misalignment. There was some misinformation. But at the end of the day, there won't be any de novo at all. And with that, I would like you to close the case already. Stop stop texting under every post we do that the new was in the game, because it's not. We never announced, we never said it will be there. As I said, bit of a misunderstanding. But as long, and that is something you should really remember. As long as Warhorse doesn't announce anything, it's not true. So we say the things once we say them, and once we say them, they are real and it's happening. That was with KCD2 the case, the announcement of KCD2. That will be with the specs, and that is, for instance, right now with the DRM. So let's bury that thing and let's never ever talk about it anymore. And what we can talk about though is the game. So let's resume and continue. Okay, so we are still on our quest to get the sword.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Stealing is a tiny little bit easier at night, so I might rethink my move here. But first of all, let's go in during the day. Let's try it at least.
One of the things you can see here is, as we spoke with the German guy, but as we go through the city, now you can see the architecture is a little bit different. That's because we are getting into the heavily German populated quarter. So this part of the city, a lot of the houses are built by Germans, and the architecture is a little bit different.
It's such a beautiful game, really. I mean, again, yes, I know I'm biased, but god damn it, that looks just amazing. And I'm really looking forward for when the game actually releases, and you guys play it, and then you can visit the locations and go there and compare it to the game. Of course, as I said, as we said earlier, it is a tiny little bit different. Oh, I went wrong. I wanted to go through the front door first, show you the sword fighting school. You can visit the place. It will be a little bit difficult sometimes to recognize, but I think overall it's really cool.
I think you could go through the...
Yeah, no, it's
backyard.
too late. I go through the streets rather. Like, and all the nice clothing here. We have, I think, generally also a bigger variation of clothing, faces, hairstyles, voices, and so on. So generally when we said the game is bigger and better, I know it always sounds like a phrase, and probably it's also a phrase, but it's actually true. So we enhanced everything we could and tried to make it as nice as possible. Townswoman. This in front of us here is Haradek. It's actually a little, say, garrison place or little castle thingy in the inside of Kuttenberg. They, of course, since they had the central bank here, they needed to have some garrison, some.
It's actually not like that. It's more like the palace.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Like the nobleman's, and it's also this part of the city on the edge, on the top of the river bank. You can see here in this area, it's mostly like the palaces of nobility. The richest of the rich built those small castles for themselves in the city.
Search. Show me what you've got on you.
Who? You? Sure.
Go ahead and
me.
search me. I've got nothing to hide.
Close to the others. It's not safe. Everything in order. Carry on.
Now I hope this doesn't happen once we have the stolen sword, because if they found contraband on us, we all know how this is going to end. I just briefly go outside maybe. There's several gates on Kutna-Hora, all of them look completely different. For those Czech people among you, you might know what's here in front of us. It's a huge church in Kutna-Hora, which today is something like the... Yeah, let's say like the... How would you call it? Like the city's monument, kinda. It's a huge church, very beautiful. We shot our announcement video in there, but as you can see in the game, it's just being built at the moment. And we have this wonderful view here. Nice little guy walking with his thingy there. It's a all the smoke is coming from the mines, and of course it's a silver mining town. So expect an upper world, kinda, and also a mining underground, which we don't want to spoil too much about it, but you can use it for your advantage, maybe for stealing.
Careful. God is punishing us for
Oh, there you go. For stealing or also questing and so on. So this will be pretty interesting. Right. I like how all the buildings look different, how they're all unique, how nothing is like brush painted, and that is very nice. Anyway, the dude who was actually looking for us or checking us out is one of the guards here, but we have to go down here because this is the sword fighting school, and that's the sword fighting school we are supposed to infiltrate.
Build up your body as well as your spirit.
Look at that. He's actually a colleague. He's from the cutscene department, so some of the faces.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
I want to sword fight. No, I don't. I want to steal your sword, but I can't tell you. So, advantage of daylight. We can go in, and it will be all fine. It's not disallowed to be in here, so it's not a crime. If we go, but the inside here is the sword that we are trying to steal. But the disadvantage to go in during day is that, of course, all of them will be on their toes, and they will see us if we will be trying to steal something. On the plus side is that all the doors are open, so when going in there, yeah, see, it's getting tricky already, and we see the bunny on the top, which is also a new icon from the game. So when the bunny is there, it's something like, it gives you a status of what you're supposed to do, or where to be and not to be. Bunny tells us to F off, so we are effing off right now, and it's fine already. So going in during day might be a bit tricky, and that's why let's try and sneak in during the night. But first of all, let me go here outside, because if I time skip here inside that building, they will of course kick me out the moment they feel like I shouldn't be there anymore. Wrong button, there you go.
It was one mass.
Let's go to the night. And it's nighttime. Hello, sir. It's night. Remember that at night you must carry a torch. Cool thing is that if you time skip to the night, then you will automatically equip a torch, so you don't get caught by a guard while time skipping. That's a bit weird. So up, let's go. So the concept artists or your department are the ones that are working closest with the historians, which is I think a pretty interesting information. Most people, when they hear concept, they think of people drawing orcs and elves, but you are the ones that are closest work. We have the in-house historian, of course, but she's working with the others, but you are working with the most of the historical data. Can you say something about that?
What do you want to hear? Like there is, it's like you are saying, and it's one of the tough part for some people who are coming into the company when they are really skilled draftsmen or can paint real nicely, but then we ask them to really dig deep. Fortunately, you would do even the fantasy game. The approach would be similar. You do some research. The kind of thinking about the stuff is, if you are doing it well, you do it similar as we do. It's not a huge difference, but we are kind of bound much more to respect what we learn and like don't change the stuff just because we think it's looking cool. That's the biggest challenge. Like you are not always allowed to do what you think it's just cool. It needs to be cool, but also it needs to fit into the world.
Yeah, but I think that is also where we sometimes have to draw a line, because and that is very often I'm being asked, like, if realism isn't like a handicap or something. But you need to understand that we are not killing fun gameplay in order to make something super realistic but super boring or tedious or something. The point is that the realism part is something like the vessel or the toolbox or the techniques we are using, the story we are telling, the way how we write the dialogues, how we think about questing and so on. So that is not the issue. However, sometimes, mostly due to technical reasons, we have to bend reality a tiny little bit, and that is sometimes, for instance, that armor maybe is not maybe it's 100 years older or younger or whatever, and sometimes we say, hey, listen, it just fits so well into the setting we need it, or the streets of Kuttenberg aren't always exactly how they are in real life, because sometimes you just need that little twist and turns for the draw distances and so on.
But there are two things. First, with the armors, we are really trying to keep them as close as possible. So it's usually just the decision we are doing. For example, with one you can get with pre-order. We wanted to make kind of vintage armor, something like you get this luxurious vintage car. So this is vintage armor. So we did it like it's supposed to look like 50, almost 100 years old, like 50, I would say. So it's not like we just go through nice pictures of armors and bash them together, but this is exactly what we do. So even if you, and even with that, we of course can make some mistakes. That's given. You will. We have like around the guy who was painting the icons for clothing system. He did basically like 3,000 icons for the clothing system. So there's a huge amount of assets we have just for the clothing system. So it's kind of, you will have you will do some small mistakes on the way that's uninventable. But we are really trying to be as hard and looking for details and not forgiving ourselves to split. So yeah. And the other thing with the series, we are usually trying to find some other way, something which would make sense. So maybe it's not 100% like we don't know how it was, for example, but we always look for how it could be. We have maybe something similar in some different cities, maybe even in Germany. There is some similarities in those cities, so we can always get inspired by that.
That's a good point, because some of the stuff is destroyed already, so or just there's not so many things we can check out here in Czech Republic. So you guys are going further, trying to find information in France, Germany, England, and so on. However, you need to be you need to be careful, because things are also changing in looks and styles. People had different touches and different likings and so on. By the way, the reason why I was going out, because there was this dude standing around in the room, which I was a tiny little bit afraid that he will spot us. But I'm too good of a master thief here, so let's go out. Okay. I got that sword. We should be careful about the knights, the guards, because as you saw earlier, they can, if they want to, randomly search us. And if they do, they will find out that we have that stolen sword on us, because this ceremonial sword is obviously something that's not belonging to us. What is important though is, and that is I think really cool, quests play, and this was already part of KCD1, but we cranked up the volume again here for the second game. Quests do play different according to decisions and things you do in the game, in the questing. So I will tell you later about what would happen if they will caught us, if they would caught us, or if we would lose in the beginning against Menhard. But here's a very interesting church. Can you tell us why it has only one tower? Because it still has one tower today.
Yeah, you can see it. It's been built in that time, so you can see there's all around. They are just trying to build it, but that's, you already kind of mentioned the reason before. The whole city is undermined, and it was not really. It was dangerous to finish the tower. So when they found out, they just decided to not continue. So. It looks almost the same today.
I feel like there's a pattern there. The Sazava monastery was never finished. Now this church is never finished.
And even Barbara took a few centuries to finish. So it's
wonderful. But there's a battlement up there. Do you know why a church has a battlement up there? Do you know it?
No.
I know. So the reason why they have a battlement is it's something like a local speaker in a way. So if you want to spread a message really quickly in medieval times, you can either send the guards and send messengers and so on, or if something is really bad, terribly, you go just on a very high vantage point like this church here, and then shout it down like, hey, fire or attack or whatever. So the battlement is not for protection, like to fight there, but it's just really just to be able to stand there and shout downwards. Show the inventory, please. Okay.
Yeah, so now you can change the cap.
Yeah. You want me to change the hat?
Yeah, remove it.
Okay. So now Henry's brown-haired again. So yeah, the inventory got a big overhaul as well, as you can see. There's still a lot of information there, but I think they're way more on point than they were before. It has everything you need. The crafting is there, the skills is there, all with the little tiny sub things. You can see that polearms now has their own weapon skill tree kinda, so polearms are a thing in the game. Unarmed is a skill in the game. You can, for instance, if you have no weapon on in your hands, you can try to unarm or disarm the opponent. We have the different skills, of course. Here you go, survival, thievery, all the good stuff. And the missile weapons, the marksmanship, and so on. All the good things. Combos are in there, and everything you like. Kuttenberg, people of the forest.
And there was the question in the chat about the polearms, and you can have them in the inventory and just carry them around and use them as regular weapons.
Which is something a lot of people wanted. You can craft stuff. You can have the codex as well, as always. So as I said, there's a lot of cool things. Again, this is a build from August, so this is not final quality, of course. We will expand on a lot of things. We will change a lot of things. But I think all in all, gives you already a good first touch, impression of the game. I personally love those little pictures here. Are they still existing, or did you come up with your own ideas, or how does that work?
Some of them are being found around different cities in Bohemia, so they are maybe not this one on this house, but yeah, they are kind of legit, and we found a lot of mentions of them. And there is also some interesting stories about them, like this guy during the Hussite Wars, there were those different factions, and one rich man painted one of his favorite warlord on the wall, and then got really problem in the city council and needed to remove it later. So it was really popular even to political statement or something. Put it your favorite site on the wall.
There was also something like medieval graffiti, right? Well, let's not talk too much about it, but let's just say that medieval graffiti will also play a role. I also like a lot the coat of arms here and the statues. It's such a common, people are saying that everyone in the Middle Ages had black teeth and everything is gray and dark and ugly and I don't know what, but the reality in of course peaceful times and in rich areas was quite different. Of course, if people were wealthy, of course they wanted to show off. Of course they had nice clothes. Of course they wanted to show what they have and brag if they could and so on. So
be careful.
And I especially like a lot this Kutna Hora with all the little markets here. There's a lot of different markets here in different areas. Because so KCD has the Kutna Hora has how many markets? 4, 5. There's a horse market, there's a coal market, vegetable market, weapons market, and so on and so on. They all are on different locations and of course selling different stuff, which is also a historical fact because of course they didn't want to have the animals right next to the vegetables and so on, and the coal is dirty, so it creates a lot of fuzz and so on. So it's quite cool, and I like these houses a lot here. It looks like an organ or something. Nice. All the shields. Heater shield. Night shield. These we can't take. No stealing, sir. Anyway, let's go back to our quest. So Menhard told us now to steal the sword. We did that, and now he wants us to hang the sword on the council hall, on the city council hall, which is here. And as a matter of fact, if you today go to Kutnahora, you will not find this building because it was completely destroyed. And as a fun fact, they don't know more or less, well, they don't know how it looked like, or they have some ideas, but they don't have facts. What they know is that there was an astronomical clock, but no one could tell us how it actually looked. So we took some famous inspiration from Prague, right?
It's not just the Prague, it's some other, even smaller clockwork, but yeah, it's one of the inspirations.
So let's hang the sword of the Kuttenberg guys here. Return to Menhard. So yeah, as Victor mentioned earlier, when there's no precise proof on how things could have looked like or how they look like, then we are trying to get our best, most educated guess, or at least to make it as plausible as possible. Okay, let's go back to Menhard. Can you dual wield? No. Is there going to be check synchronization? Yes, but I won't show it today. I will show it later this month on another occasion. Brno Orloj DLC, okay. Best game ever. Absolutely, thank you. All the children are absolutely in school. You know, the thing with children is it's, again, mostly a technical reason. So if you have children, not only do you have different, again, more clothes, more items, more animations and so on, are you able to fight them? Are they running away? It will get a problem with age rating and so on. So there's so many things connected to having children in the game that it's unfortunately a very popular RPG decision to not have any of those in the game.
Or maybe a punt. What do you want a boat for?
So let's go. Where's Menhard? Is he here somewhere? Oh, no, that's not Menhard.
Look out!
Menhard is probably in the pub somewhere inside. Or is he not? Let me see. Oh, he's outside the street. Or is he... Oh, here he is.
But he was fit as a fiddle.
What happened?
You, sir, lost your clothes, but it doesn't matter. Because the town hall, the sword is on the town hall.
The sword is at the town hall.
Wunderbar, Heinrich. Let's go right now. It will not take long before the Gutenbergers hear of this.
Sure, I'll go with you.
Natürlich. Just do not forget to pretend you are surprised.
Fucking thieves. No. We can't take it back now. We'd look like fools.
Na, was haben wir denn hier? I see the Kuttenberg Bruderschaft has made a challenge to combat.
So, I see you have endlich worked up the courage to face us in public.
There's no need for mocking, Menhard. We've made our challenge, as you can see.
Wunderbar. Das freut uns.
Genau. We accept your challenge.
Well, since we've arrived at this point, listen up. It's time to put an end to this bickering. Besides, it will only benefit our town if the best of the sword-fighting masters takes charge here. So, whoever emerges as the victor of your tournament shall win the right to lead the sword-fighting brothership here. That will bring a just close to this whole affair.
Bei allen Heiligen, you have decided wisely, Fridush. It will be seen that it is we who were right from the start.
No way! You can't do this, Fridush. We set up the sword-fighting brotherhood. Stay out of it.
Nah, we will not doubt the council, of
Menhard
course.
has a charter from the king. He's entitled to defend his right in combat.
You keep your mouth shut, you thief.
Calm yourself, friend. It's not such a big deal, is it? We'll compete honestly against these Germans, and then we'll finally have peace from them.
All right, Nicholas. Let's show them Deutschers how we sword fight here. Because we ain't afraid of no one. You want combat? You'll get it. 3 members of our brotherhood will fight with 3 of yours. Each will have a bout with all 3 opponents, and we'll see who wins the most.
Du Schwindler! You know there are only 2 of us.
I agree with Amaram's proposal.
Kein Problem, Arne. We also have one promising student, nicht wahr?
I would like to ask you guys, but because there's a tiny little bit delay and most of the questions are timed, as you can see, I can't wait for the responses, but
Richtig.
I'll help Arne, Menhard.
Menhard's side.
Gut, Heinrich. Gut.
Ah, just what you'd expect. Menhard making pacts with fucking thieves.
Was sagst
Excuse me?
Just that. Your little sticky-fingered Heinrich broke into our sword-fighting hall.
Now that's nothing but dirty slander. I never stole anything, you liar.
Pah! Swear it if you like. My conscience is clear, which is more than can be said for you.
You're telling the truth, Amaram. I heard about it too. Nevertheless, the duels will go ahead with longswords. But, because Henry committed a dishonorable deed against the Gutenberg Brotherhood, they shall be allowed an advantage. The Gutenbergers may fight in halberds and steel helmets, and the Germans will face them only in gambesons.
Es ist nicht gut, Menhard. Es ist ungerecht.
Moan all you like, Deutscher. You deserve it.
Keine Sorge, Arne. Wir können es schaffen. Agreed. Komm, Heinrich. We must prepare for the Fechten.
So it was loose.
So,
Heinrich, we will engage with these Kuttenbergers. Endlich! Danke. You arranged it for us. Aber schade that they have seen you doing it.
I'm sorry, Menhard. I did what I could. Is it going to make things difficult for you?
Yes. The Kuttenbergers will have light armor, but we must manage it. I am more disappointed that they will now know of our kleine deceit. Aber nichts. We can only restore our good name by victory in combat.
You can count on me, Menhard. It will be an honor to fight by your side and enforce the will of our King Wenceslas.
Genau, Heinrich. But first, we must make you one of us and accept you into our Bruderschaft.
All right. Is that a problem?
Nein, nein. You must only take an oath and undergo a test. We cannot just take everyone. That is our Regel. You must show that you have some skill with a Schwert and that you will not bring us shame in the Gefecht. So we know that you will not lose your life in combat.
Surely that's not necessary. After all, I defeated you the first time we met, remember?
Na ja, you are right. Herrgott, you must have been sehr glücklich. But you fought well, yes? And you showed that you have some skill. So, we can receive you into our Bruderschaft sofort.
Menhard, I'd like to join your brotherhood.
Certainly. Let us go somewhere more geeignet, so it has some class. Each new member must pay for acceptance. But in your case, since you have helped us, I will relieve you of that obligation.
Danke, Menhard.
And now, the oath. Arne will be the witness.
I will be honored.
Kneel, Heinrich. Hör gut zu. Do you solemnly swear that you shall act honorably and justly, and that you shall not bring shame upon your name or mine, or bring disgrace to the sword-fighting Bruderschaft, that you shall defend and adorn the reputation of the Bruderschaft and its rules, and that you shall heed my word in these matters, that you shall diligently train in the art of the Langschwert, and not allow yourself to be shamed in combat, that you shall thus act for the greater glory of our Bruderschaft and our martial art, place your hand on this sword and swear.
Okay, now we can choose. Do we swear by the king, by the father, the blacksmith, or all the saints? 1, 2, 3. Father. 1, 2. King. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. By swear by father, the blacksmith.
By the memory of my parents, and by the soul of my dear departed father, Martin, blacksmith and sword fighter, I do so swear.
Stand as one of us. Heinrich, I hereby name you my student in the art of sword fighting.
All honor to you, Heinrich. It is good that you have come among us.
And now listen to your first lesson and always remember this principle. It is not important to strike, but to strike and wound.
I'll remember that, Menhart.
Good, Heinrich. I shall make a great fechter out of you one day. Let me know when you are ready. We will get to work and cross swords with the Kuttenbergers.
Actually, I'm an idiot, because when I was showing you how, the way how they found us was when I was trying to get there during day. Can you remember I was showing you the bunny thing? So I'm an idiot. If I wouldn't have done that, they wouldn't have seen us. But on the other hand, it shows you that, as I said earlier, quests do play differently according to what you do. So now, since they know that it was us who stole the sword, stupid me trying to show you the bunny icon, then they get the advantage of fighting in plate armor. If they wouldn't have found out, they would be too embarrassed to actually admit it, and they would be fighting. We would both be fighting in light armor. So I think that's quite cool. And if we are being searched by the guards, they would take the sword from us.
Today, 2 sword-fighting brotherhoods will match their skills. The Gutenberg Brotherhood, led by Master Nicholas.
Glory to Kuttenberg! Kick those Germans' asses, Emmeram!
And the Frankfurt Brotherhood, led by Master Menhard.
It is an honor to be able to show off our skill in front of the whole Kuttenberg.
The reason for these duels is the dispute over the right to run the local sword-fighting hall and the associated brotherhood. The local brotherhood was founded by Emmeram the Butcher and his associates. What they did not know, though, was that King Wenceslas had tasked Master Menhard to do the same.
The king ain't here, Emmeram is! The Brotherhood belongs to the Kuttenbergers!
And since King Wenceslas cannot resolve the dispute, the town council ruled it shall be decided through a duel. So, the matter shall be settled before the eyes of the council, as well as the burghers of Gutenberg and God Almighty.
A wise decision by the council. Let the best master lead our brotherhood.
The duels will be fought with long swords. The Frankfurt Brotherhood will fight in light armor. However, the Gutenberg Brotherhood will be granted the advantage of the halberd, because Henry here present agreed them with dishonorable behavior.
Nicht nötig. Armor or not, we are the better fechters.
You got a lot of nerve for a young pup.
Enough of this. You will have the opportunity to face off soon enough.
Each dueler will face each on the opposing team, and whoever beats his opponent twice wins the duel. The Brotherhood whose members get more victories will be declared the overall winner. As is the law, all the necessary armor was lent to you from the town armory, and you must fight in it. If there is anything wrong with the armor, you can fix it with any of the repair tools you'll find in the armorer's tent. And in case someone gets seriously injured, the bathmaid will give them the care they need. Or Father Tobias will perform the necessary rites.
But I do not think it will come to that.
Now that everything has been made clear, swear before God. You will fight fairly, justly, and respect the judge's decisions, as well as the outcomes of the duels.
Das geloben wir. Im Namen des Vaters, des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes.
By God Almighty, we so swear.
All the requisites have been satisfied. Therefore, let us proceed to the first duel. Master Menhart against Lindhart, the cobbler.
Let's go. So they will now start the fight together. As I said again, don't worry the little bugs here and there. As I said, that's a build we are having from Gamescom, so chances are extremely high that most of the stuff is already fixed. It's just it was a very good stable one for streaming, so we use that one. Anyway, they are now fighting. As you know, most of all the NPCs are able to also fight. Obviously, we did a big change in the combat, so that not every enemy will be able to counter parry you and master strike you and so on. So there should be bigger variety and so on, and not everyone will do the super moves. But you can get a good guess of who's fighting by looking, or how they're fighting by looking at that. I will take, what should I take here? Sweet pancake, of course. And maybe a roasted chicken leg. Give it to me. I will eat this and the sweet pancake. Hooray!
Today's first victory goes to Master Menhart. Let's see if he can keep it up, or if Lindhart can even the score. Get ready for the next round. Henry, your villainy disrupted the court dispute, and I therefore ban you from participating. But because you have broken the law as one of Menhart's duelists, your offenses also fall on him and his honor. I therefore declare the dispute settled in favor of the Kuttenberg Brotherhood, and you, Henry, will be punished according to the law by the guard.
Well, I screwed up. I don't know how I screwed up, but I screwed up.
You've been loitering around where you shouldn't have. And I've received reports of things going missing. Don't think we're idiots. You've been accused of theft. You'll pay a fine, and if I don't find those things on you, you'll pay for them too.
I said surrender.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods. And if I find anything else on you that doesn't belong to you, I'll confiscate that too.
Take a look then.
Good. You don't have anything else on you that doesn't belong to you. In that case, an indulgence will suffice. Now, be on your way.
Funny. Okay, let me see. With maybe I have maybe that one. That one could be. Let's try Menhart. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. Maybe we can save the situation. Yeah, 1,800 is really hard. We need the cash. But you get the bathhouse you wanted to see earlier, right? So it has something. Let's try again in fast forward mode and see if we can this time win fair and square. Well, fair and square stealing without anyone noticing us. But it's life, and life things happen sometimes, don't worry. As I said, very early build still, and these are really minor things that should be gone already. In the meantime, we will have a wonderful night stroll again through the city of Kuttenberg. By the way, whenever we are mentioning Kuttenberg, everyone's like so focused that one map is Trotsky Castle and the other map is really only the city Kuttenberg. But Kuttenberg, honestly, is just a very tiny part of the entire map. So if you look around, Kuttenberg is big, as you can see. Suchdol, oh my god. But still, it's just a tiny, well, on the map size at least, a tiny place in the entire map. So let's try again, and this time hope for the best. Hop, 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 hop.
Maybe hide the torch.
Oh, that's a good point. I also didn't check if there's someone here. Hop. Let's hide the torch. Sneaky sneak. So let's try again, and let's this time be undetected. So hop. But as you could see, the game makes much more autosaves than it did in KCD1, which is also, I think, good news generally. We still have the save system with the Savior Schnapp, so if you want to manually save the game, you have to use that item, that potion. But... oh, nice. At least the dude is not here standing anymore, that's a good sign. So hope for the best. So if you manually save, you still have that minimum amount we want you to invest this potion, and but so now from the feedback from KCD1, we learned, of course, that it's a system that has a lot of lovers, a lot of haters, but we stand by the design decision we did there. So you still have to do that, but in order to make it a little bit more usable, let's say, because in KCD1, when you needed the save potion most, it was hardest to come by. It was not easy to craft. It was extremely expensive. You could rarely find it, and so on. So this is something that will be different now. It will be easier to come by, and you will get it on your hands easier. But as I said earlier, we still want you to have that minimum invest of. Good point. Very good. Thank you, guys. Torch. No, that would be a shame if they would stop me and check me out for goods now. But yeah, we want that minimum invest of having that savior potion, so that stays in the game. Okay, we're almost there. Running like the wind. Better don't talk to anyone. And let's see, this should be now better. Hop, hop, hop. Hop, hop, hop. The problem was really not that they have the armor. The problem was that they saw me committing some crime, and I guess the crime system still triggered. But this should be gone now. No bunny. No crime. No witnesses. And no killing. Menhard wanted us to not kill anyone. That's also very important. Because otherwise we all know that Henry is a silent killer. Smooth killer. Oh.
Excuse me, but you can't just creep around.
Yeah, sorry. Let's just hope for the best. Sorry, don't mind me. Okay. Almost there. Almost. Too stupid to push the right buttons. Let's time skip to the morning and let's try again. So, about killing with no witnesses. Actually, the crime system got improved a lot. So, when they do not see you directly committing a crime, then of course, this was also already part of KCD1, they will have problems to tie it towards you. However, I fall down the stairs. But if you commit a lot of crimes in a specific area, and no one knows it was you, then the area will generally get more vigilant. The people will start carrying weapons around. They will. The skill checks will be trickier. Let's see if we have clothes now at least.
Fucking thieves.
No. We can't take it back now. We'd look like fools.
Okay, we saw that already, so let's skip it.
I see you have endlich worked up the courage to face us in public.
There's no need.
Wunderbar.
Yeah.
Since we've lifted up.
Yeah.
It will only be so. Whoever that will
Let
bring
me
a just
see.
close to this whole affair?
if
By
they...
allen Heiligen, you have decided...
No way! You can't do this, Fridush. We set up the sword-fighting brotherhood. Stay out of it.
Man, that's
Reinhard,
right. I
shut
want to
up.
see
This
the
is a matter for...
Calm yourself.
dialogue.
All right,
It will be
Nicholas,
different now.
Let's show them Deutschers how we sword fight here. Because we ain't afraid of no one. You want combat? You'll get it. 3 members of our brotherhood.
You're Schwindler.
yeah.
I agree with him.
Kein Problem. We
Okay.
also have one...
Okay, yes, I'll help you.
Gut, Heinrich.
Agreed then. The duels will begin when you're all
Ha, see?
with long
So,
swords and
now
examples.
it worked, and now we will all fight only in Gambesons, which is pretty
We'll
cool.
crush
So you
them
can see
Deutschers in a jiffy.
tiny
You have no chance,
tiny
Ignos.
changes in the questing can lead to bigger
Ja.
tiny changes in the questing can lead to bigger changes than in the world, kinda. This also is, if you remember, I won the first fight against Menhard, and only because of that he immediately accepts me into his sword fighting school. If we wouldn't have won the first fight, then he would want us to fight Arne first, who is his apprentice. And yeah, we would have to show first that we're able to fight in his name and for his honor. I'm skipping really quickly. Of course, this makes the camera all go wonky, but don't worry, that's just a minor thing. Yeah. And you can see there we are both fighting in Gambesons now.
But I do not...
Yeah. All good. Let's just fight. And I will this time better not take any chicken leg or nothing. So let's fight, gentlemen. Do it.
For the glory of Gutenberg!
For the glory of Gutenberg. Let the duel begin. Oh, probably I should save. That's a good point. For Gondor, exactly. They wanted to kill me for a chicken wing, exactly. I still would take it. The bunny is back, don't worry, this bunny is fine. What I was worried about was the red gate on the top left, which is not there. So the searching bunny is fine. I just need to win, need Menhard to win. The roasted chicken leg looks so good. I wanted it so much.
First victory
Oh,
goes to Master Menhard. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Much quicker
Or if
with the armor.
Linhard
Yes,
can even the score.
it was much quicker without the armor,
Get
exactly.
ready for the next round.
Because of course, as I said earlier, the NPCs are using the same mechanics as you do. So if they fight in armor, it's harder to wound them. If they attack spots that are without armor, then you do greater harm and so on. So this is all in there and all calculated. And they can do all the tricks, of course. And as I said earlier, not everyone can do all the tricks. He said sorry and he got whacked anyway.
Behold, Master Menhard proved his mastery.
And of course they can lose as well. This is not a scripted thing, so let's see how everything turns out.
Its first victory.
It was the question about white screens. Can you comment?
About what?
About white screens.
Moreover,
supporting white
Lady
screens.
Fortune has a difficult task in store
Well,
for
we do.
Linhard.
But
Because the
again,
log
please
drawn
be
determines
patient
that the
about
next
that.
fight will
This is
also
all
be
a
his.
performance thing.
This time
And
it's
this is
Henry
something we
who
do
will
at the
face
end.
him on the
But
side
Dan
of the
Vavra and
Frankfurt
Victor are playing
Brotherhood.
both and testing both on
Cheer
widescreen,
for
so
both fighters. We'll shortly
now we
see
didn't
which of
appreciate it
them
how I showed
will
off
best
my
his
super
opponent.
sword here.
But regardless of the
Contenders,
performance,
get to it.
the UI especially was designed with white screens in mind, so it's even better in some regards.
Oh no! I put the sword away. Sorry, sir. I wanted to change direction so quickly. Dude, no problem at all.
Lady Luck
Absolutely
is
no
certainly
problem.
not
I'm just
on
too good
Linhard's
against
side.
him. And look how wounded he is
wins the
already.
first duel. Swordmen,
Easy peasy.
get ready for
All
a
the
new
blood on the
duel.
ground here.
Let's see if the winner can keep it up.
Maybe he just wants to go to the bathhouse. Because the chat wants to go to the bathhouse. I saw that already.
No time to lose.
Yeah, no time to lose.
Get to it.
Less talking, more killing. One attack to the head and an unstabity stab. Come on, dude. The dude is wounded already. Yeah, no problem at all. Easy.
Who's the better sword fighter again?
Yeah.
That makes the second victory for the Frankfurt Brotherhood.
Yeah. Woohoo! Oh, Arne is our team member as well. I think he's fighting now, I guess. Right? Is he? Let's see.
Let's now proceed to the third duel. The Kudenbergers will be represented by Emmeram the Butcher. Give him your support, and we'll see if he can do better than Linhardt. Because his opponent will once more be Master Menhardt.
Uh-huh. Let's do more fighting. Oh yeah, so about the tournament. Of course, this one is now a tournament that is happening in a quest. But of course, as you know, the tournaments in Rathai, then Kutna Hora will also have them, as you can see here right now. So tournaments will be a thing as well in the game. Don't expect jousting. I can already crush all your houts. Jousting will not be a thing in KCD at all. So the tournament is a thing that is focused on sword fighting mainly, or well, melee fighting mainly. But I know everyone wants jousting, but I think that it's maybe a little bit like Quidditch and the Harry Potter game. I think that's a game for itself, kinda. But yeah, how frequently the tournaments will be? Well, there will be some kind of rhythm. I can't tell you from the top of my head, but there will be, of course, some kind of rhythm, and you can be part of that. Yeah. The bunnies actually are they are more successful, more famous than we thought at the beginning. And as a matter of fact, there's several team members who got a bunny tattoo right now. So I think that should be we should create plushies or something and have the KCD rabbits. Yeah, pole in the way. I'm sorry. There's it's a tent, okay. So maybe here. Okay, Menhardt won again. Yeah, PC requirements, I talked about this earlier. That is something that we are working on right now. But as I said, don't get scared about that. We are trying. We are all gamers here. We are all geeks and gamers at Warhorse Studios, and we want this to run smooth and butterly. So it will be on common settings, I'm sure, so nothing to be scared about. But I think by the end of the month or so we will be able to tell you. But that is something we're working on right now. How many percent the game is ready? Well, that's a tricky question. Theoretically it's 100% ready, but feature-wise and stuff from the game. But the reality is that what we are doing right now is bug fixing mainly and optimization. So you saw a few bugs here. I think the visual ones are not. So yes, I mean visual bugs are nasty, but not a huge problem. The way worse bugs are ones that are crashing your game, so whatever. So those need absolutely be gone. So that is priority number one, to have not those annoying bugs in there, but just a few as least as possible.
Will face Master Nicholas.
Basically, you can play the game as
if Nicholas
you
can
will
secure the
when it's
first
released.
victory for the
Just jump in,
Kudenbergers.
start the first quest, and finish the game in a couple of.
Okay, now the third of our team is fighting against the sword master of the other school.
Ready? Go for it!
Watch out. He's coming round. Zum Teufel.
And the victor is... Nein!
Mit der Hilfe Gottes. I will continue.
You're brave, but foolish. This will not end well for you. Yield.
Niemals. Arne does not yield.
This Gefecht is over. You win.
You acted with chivalry, Master Menhart. But intervening in a duel is a breach of the rules. There is no choice but to disqualify you from the tourney.
Uh-oh.
How does it look?
He's badly shaken up, but that should improve in time. At first, I thought I'd have to send for the priest, but he had more luck than sense.
Yeah, she does. She's doing some voodoo witchcraft on him, but don't worry, that's missing animation there. But as I said, it's an early build, so that's not the point. She will actually check his limbs and everything. So once this is done, this will look really cool.
He'll get his sight back in that eye, but I can't say for sure. In my experience, it's in the Lord's hands.
Send for the best physician in all of Kuttenberg. Schnell! I will
Schnell.
pay alles.
Rest assured, Master Menhard, we will send for him as you command. I am sorry that the whole affair has taken such an unfortunate turn. I will pray for your companion's health.
Danke, Friedrich. Aber what about the duels?
Beruhige dich, Arne.
Yes, that's what I came here to clarify. However, I expect on account of Arne's injury, your brotherhood has forfeit the fight.
Nein, Menhard. Du musst keep fighting.
We continue 1-1-1, of course, right? Henry the Savior.
Menhard and me can continue.
Heinrich had recht. I want to duel Nicholas.
I understand your wish, Menhard, but I can't grant it. You've been disqualified.
Two combo breaker.
Scheiß drauf! I will fight Nicholas, and you better get out of my way, Friedrich!
I'm warning you, Menhard. You swore to respect the results of the duels.
Verdammt!
Listen, Nicholas has defeated Arne, and Arne is in no shape to continue. So all 3 victories go to the Kuttenbergers. Menhard, you defeated Emmeram and Linhart, but you can't duel Nicholas. So 2 victories belong to you, and 1 to the Kuttenbergers. The only one who can still fight for you is Henry. He already defeated Linhart, so the score is 3-4 in favor of the Kuttenbergers, with 2 duels left.
Hold on, Friedrich. Arne could duel, but it's clear he wouldn't win. So all the victories here belong to the Kuttenbergers by right. But the only thing preventing Menhard from fighting is your decision. Otherwise, he's at full strength and ready.
That is true.
We swore we'd respect outcomes of the duels, but since there was no duel between Menhard and Nicholas, there is no outcome. So neither side can claim victory.
Wise words, I must admit.
The way I see it, both sides have 3 victories, and I have 2 duels left.
That sounds right and fair to me.
All right, so be it. So if Henry beats both Emmeram and Nicholas, you'll get the overall victory.
Good, Heinrich. Fight for us. You are ein guter Fechter.
Also, Heinrich,
Pfeiffer
our
nicht
fate
EQ,
and our
Henry.
honor lies in your hands.
Okay. May fortune
I hope
favor
Lady
me.
Fortune will favor me today.
Well said. I'll be waiting for you in the arena where you'll face Emmeram. So get ready quickly.
You take care of Arne, I'll take care of the
Hear ye,
Kuttenbergers.
hear ye! Arne the German can't take part in further duels due
Arne
to his
the German.
injuries.
Sounds like
so
a wrestling
3
name.
wins go to Gutenberg. The Frankfurt Brotherhood has won 3 rounds, but so has Gutenberg. Master Menhart cannot duel against Master Nicholas since he's been disqualified from further rounds. Their duel will not count at all. That leaves us with only 2 duels left. In the first, Henry will now face Emmeram. Contenders, get to it!
But I think we should, at this point...
Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
You're from Lord von Bergov? You don't look like it.
Kurva! Watch your tongue with me, boy. When I say we're from von Bergov, then we're from fucking von Bergov. Who else would we be from anyway? You can talk to me or talk to cold steel. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?
I'm Pavel, and I'm here to help Bożena. I don't know anything about any attack, but I met some of von Bergov's men in the woods too. They had his shields and Waffenrocks. They were looking for some cutthroats. I gave them directions here, so you can join them once they get here.
Fuck.
What's the matter?
Nothing, fuck it. Just tell them we'll wait for them in the tavern in Jelioff, alright?
Are you really the best swordsman in these parts?
Richtig. No man is besser. Certainly not the Kuttenberger Fechter, who falsely call themselves Meister. I am the only true Meister here. If you do not believe me, try me. I challenge you to a duel mit Langschwertern.
All right. At least we'll see if you're telling the truth, or just puffing out your chest.
Wunderbar. I always like a good Kampf. But the Schwerter will be blunt, yeah? We do not want to lose our handsome faces, no? I'll lend you ein Schwert, aber kein Harnisch. No armor, only clothing. That is the best Kampf.
Sure. Just training swords. No armor. Works for me.
How about eine Wette?
Wette?
Wie sagt man das? A bet for some Groschen, yeah? If you believe in yourself.
Naturally. We're not going to work up a sweat for nothing, right? A nice wager will bring some tension into it.
Good, good. I like your attitude. We have spoken enough. Let us do it.
That's it. Chamomile. Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Boêmia on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
That's enough for me. Your turn. If I was you, I'd take it.
Praise the Lord.
Huh? You can't be here?
Fountain?
Back already?
Where does the water come from?
Doesn't it?
Here,
It sure
in the middle of the
does.
city.
Go on then, how was it?
What can I say? Prague is a whole different world compared to this old place.
Frightened in the Czech sun.
Good morning to you.
What are you doing here, Goodman?
What does it look like? I'm handing out wine from my vineyard.
You're giving it away for free?
My vineyard is new, and the folks in this town are damn stubborn. So I figured I'd pour a cask or two into them, and maybe they'd get a taste for it. What about your good self? Would you like to try it?
Free wine? I'd be a fool to say no to that.
My thoughts exactly, Goodman. Here you are, to your health. I'm curious what you'll think of it.
Oh, are you sure that's wine you poured me? This tastes like... Well, how should I say it?
Forgive me, Goodman, but say no more. In vino veritas, and the truth in my wine is that I'm a fool, an idiot who's wife is cuckolding him, whose children can't stand him, and even the dog pisses in his boots every morning. And my wine tastes like dog piss as well. I never should have bought that damned vineyard. If it wasn't for those fucking monks selling their wine everywhere they can, I might have a chance. But not like this.
Is there anything I could do to help you?
With the dog pissing in my boots? Well, I'm not sure. I tried sticking his snout in it, putting pepper in my boots, and nothing worked.
God bless you.
That is, almost.
Almost a nobleman, sir?
It's, well, a little complicated. Basically, my father, bequeathed his estate to me when I come of age. The thing is, it's up to a bunch of nobles that my father appointed to decide.
There's a path, but through fissures. Oh, there's no other way to go anyway. Hans won't be too happy when I turn it.
Where are they? I don't know. They must have come this way.
This looks like a way out. Hans!
Here! Oh, God, we found each other. I didn't manage to warn you when those soldiers popped up in front of me. I only just avoided being seen, and I only found my way out of those bloody rocks a while ago.
Shoot him! Good hit!
are you waiting for? Godwin, get over here. Join the line.
That's it! Bird fuckers!
This won't stop them! Godwin, draw your sword and follow me.
Nice technique! Did you see that?
Weren't expecting that, were you?
Oh, nice strike!
You fight like an old hag!
Bastard!
You fight like an old hag!
Go, fellas, go!
How do you do it?
You fight like an old hag!
How do you do it?
Nice block! Come on, Henry!
Ow! Kurva!
Now that's what I call sword play.
Me!
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. You've no chance against me!
Shut up!
You fight like an old hag!
Join the line. Godwin, get over here with that crossbow and join the line. Return fire! What the fuck are you waiting for? That's it! Get ready for another attack! This won't stop them! That was close. Godwin, draw your sword and follow me.
Sir.
Should we get ready for a fight?
Take it easy, Henry. They're wearing von Bergov's colours. They're from Trotsky.
Surround them! Don't let them get away!
Besides, we won't stand a chance against them.
Don't do anything foolish, fellas. Just follow my orders.
Halt! What are you after here?
Is this usually how you greet visitors, my good man?
This is how we greet armed strangers when bandits are pillaging everywhere.
Can you not distinguish between a noble and a bandit, sir?
It's not always that straightforward these days. Who are you people?
Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. I bear a letter for Sir Otto von Berghoff from my master, Sir Hanush of Leipa.
This is indeed the seal of the Lords of Lipa. And unless I am mistaken, Lord Hanush of Lipa is on the side of King Wenceslas. While my master is a member of the League of Lords, who side with King Sigismund. So it would appear we are enemies.
The Holy Roman Empire, 1403.
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły, niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze. Wybacz i pozwól mi jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Welcome to the first look at the gameplay of Kingdom Come Deliverance II, a unique action RPG with a vast realistic open world and a grand cinematic story. As the young lad Henry, you will embark on an unforgettable journey through the beautiful but brutal world of the late Middle Ages. Our task for this quest is to find two men-at-arms, Raniek and Ada, and recruit them into a rebellious task force of which Henry is part. With a bunch of talented criminals and violent drunks, you're about to unleash a guerrilla warfare against Sigismund, the usurper of the Bohemian throne. The first man on the list, Raniek, was last seen in the nearby village of Bilani, playing dice in the tavern. Let's go ask the local gamblers about him. It's very early. The villagers are just waking up to their everyday chores, milking cows, harvesting crops, or gambling groschen.
Lord be with you. Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
The innkeeper said you were playing dice with Raniek.
You know Raniek? Then you must have a drink with us.
Thanks, but I'd rather know what happened to Raniek.
Impatient, aren't you? We can take you to him right now, if you want.
Lead the way, then.
Come on.
Nice fellas. They offered us a drink, and now they'll introduce Raniek to us. No questions asked. Looking forward to meeting him. Seems like a feel-good quest.
Hey, do you want to see him or not?
So where is he? What? Where is he? I don't get it. What happened to him?
We met this Raniek in Pshitoki. We even lent him money when he had nothing to play with. He swore he'd pay us back. Then we met here and played some more. Raniek kept losing, but he didn't know when to stop.
What did he do to him?
When it was clear he had no way to pay us back, we started watching him to make sure he couldn't run away. He started whining about having to go take a dump. But we didn't want to watch him shit himself, so we let him go and said we'd wait outside the shithouse. But the bastard got the idea to flee the other way.
You mean through...
But I reckon it was deeper than he thought. And he never came out.
I'm gonna pull Raniek out.
Well, if you say so. But I wouldn't go in there for a golden pig.
And when I find him?
Just pull him out and search him. That bow of his should fetch a decent price. Jump in then.
The life of a true medieval adventurer isn't always about winning epic battles, saving damsels in distress, and forging your own destiny. Sometimes it's about fumbling for corpses in a pile of shit
Something's moving over there.
behind the Bellani Tavern at 7 a.m.
Oh, good. That must be him.
Here we go.
Oh, finally.
Poor Henry.
Oh, this is disgusting.
I don't think they deserve the bow after all.
Don't be afraid, feel around. Hey, where are you going? Come on, do it! Find the bow! Now, bring us the bow. What about the... Not another step! God, what a stench! So, did you find the bow?
Well, I have it, but I won't give it to you. With what I had to go through to find it, it's more of a consolation prize.
Did you go mad from wading through shit? Give it to me.
Come and get it.
Fellas, hold your noses and beat him up.
KCD2 aims to bring a unique blend of realism and fun into every part of the game, combat included. Our fighting system is built on true medieval martial arts and wrestling techniques. Fluid, thrilling, and tactical. As in real combat, movement is the key. As is equipping a good set of armor. Otherwise, you might find yourself in a pickle. We should leave before someone notices the new corpses and starts investigating.
What the? Did I step in shit? Oh, it's just you.
I, didn't have the time to wash up. But I'll do that right away.
As proven by this lovely lady, the world reacts to your behaviour, looks, and even smell.
Murder! I found a body!
Time to vanish. In order to properly wash away our morning adventure, let's visit the best bathhouse around, which is located nowhere else than in the great city of Kuttenberg. The crown jewel of the Holy Roman Empire, the central bank of the kings, a place where people of all sorts come to pursue the Bohemian dream and seek their fortune. A city filled with people to befriend or betray, and all sorts of adventures and quests for you to uncover.
Any trouble, got it?
God be with you.
What, but it had everything.
What can I do for you, you stinker?
I need my wounds treated and my clothes washed. And then I'll have a hot bath.
Great, but it'll cost you.
I'll gladly pay you.
You certainly won't regret it. My baths are first class.
Now that we're all scrubbed up, let's take a stroll around the city. The world in KCD2 doesn't wait for you to come and trigger the lives of its citizens. All inhabitants have their own day routines. Merchants, wenchers, soldiers, or executioners. They all wake up, go about their workday, and once that's finished, they go home to their families or to the tavern to their beers.
Are you whistling at me? I'm not interested.
KCD2 aims to bring you a uniquely reactive and believable world. Whatever you do as Henry, it will have consequences, and you will feel them. Have you haggled too long with the greengrocer about the price of his cabbage? Well, now he's pissed off, and you can forget about any sale. Thrown your favourite hat in front of a beggar kneeling by the church? Come back a minute later, and you'll see him wearing it proudly. Or killed the local innkeeper's husband? She'll be crying in front of her house the next time you go there, making you feel really miserable. Across this demo, we'll play as a good-hearted lad. Apart from the ending though, spoiler alert. But the game allows you to push Henry towards any behaviour, even the most vile. Here's a quick example of what you'll be able to do to stir some mayhem in the city.
Iron tools!
Did you forget your clothes somewhere?
Aye. At your mother's place when I was shagging her. Ha! That was just a little appetizer. And now I'm hungry again. So I reckon it's time for another course. What do you say?
And now, back to our good lad Henry.
Please, good man. I need some help.
A prime example of a random encounter.
What is it you need?
I lost something, and I can't find it for the life of me. My leather satchel. I put it down here for a moment, and now it's gone?
Where did you put it?
Somewhere around here. I made sure it wouldn't be in plain sight. At least I think I did.
A moment's distraction is all it takes. Someone must have filched it from you.
If I don't find it, I'm done for.
Now hold on, wait! What are you doing? Give it back right now!
Cheeky bugger! 50 groschen? That's worth at least a hug down the bathhouse.
Stop! Enough!
Had enough?
I...
Now hand it back. Everything you stole from me.
Here. That's all of it. Can I go now?
Piss off.
You're acting like a child. Go and whistle somewhere else.
With our groschen back in our pocket, let's go to see a merchant to stock up on food, sell Raniek's bow, and head to the whereabouts of the second man on our list. Fresh bacon is good, but then again, it won't last too long in your inventory. For longer journeys, dried food is always better, as it doesn't spoil, and you don't risk getting sick from rotten bacon.
Vielen Dank. Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Now that we're geared up with some food for our hungry Henry, let's proceed with our quest. The world in KCD2 is filled with places to discover. Let's have a look at this old ruin. There might be something valuable.
Turn that horse around and get out of here right now!
Right, I'm going. Calm down.
Well, what's it gonna be?
I told you to get out of here.
We should listen to Mr. Marlborough and not provoke him. But given his menacing tone, he must be guarding something valuable. That's a promise we can't leave behind like that. Let's change our outfit to something more quiet and drop the chainmail for a bit, so we don't rattle across the whole camp.
Never. An alchemy lab. Of course. Oi, Pinkman. God damn.
Bastard! Attack! Come and help us! Show your stuff.
As you can notice, shields are very handy when you carry only a short weapon and have a free hand. But we cracked it right enough. Let's try to dodge and attack him right after. There you go, Henry. Yes, the weapons and shields can fall apart during combat if they're damaged enough. So it always pays off to take good care of them.
I'm just getting started! Mercy.
Victory at last. Now, what should we do with him?
You're not going anywhere until I say so.
Let me live!
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right, easy now. Just let me go and I'll give you everything. You promised to free me, now keep your word.
If you rewind a few moments back, you can even see he gave Henry his red shoes. But it could have been much worse for him.
Fuck this! I'm not getting myself killed!
There must be something of great value here.
Fuck this! I'm not getting myself killed!
Oh yes, Saviour Schnapps. A classic period potion through which you save the game. This was worth the 3 kills, unlike the bow. Now, back to the recruiting campaign. The second man on the list, called Ada, was supposedly misbehaving last night around this village, and the gossip says he was caught with the butcher's wife.
Good evening to you.
I'm looking for someone, and the innkeeper said you might be able to help.
Is that so? Who is it?
A wandering man at arms. He's a foreigner, a Pole. They call him Ada.
Who are you anyway? Some friend of his?
something like that. I just need to find him.
Then you better hurry up. My old man wants to murder him.
Why does he want to kill him?
Because he's a stubborn fool who won't let me explain. And believes gossip over his own wife.
Then calm down and tell me what happened.
Nothing happened. I mean, not that the Pole wasn't interested. He was looking at me all night at the inn, but I avoided him.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but notice. Is that bruise from the butcher?
He doesn't mean it. He just doesn't know what he's doing when he's angry.
Here you go. A potion for the pain. It should help you quickly.
Thank you.
And where will I find your husband, Ada, and the rest?
Outside the village, in the direction of Kuttenberg. There's a lone tree in the middle of the field. You can see it from a distance. They said that's where they'd take him, so that no one can see them.
I better go and see your husband. The sooner it's over, the better.
Hurry up, please.
We should hurry up then. A violent mercenary and a jealous wife-beater behind the village can't end up well.
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły, niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swojej słudze. Wybacz i pozwól mi jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Oh, shut up! No one can listen to your damn gibberish!
Twoja baba i tak do końca życia będzie pamiętać o mojej polskiej kiełbasie!
I'll shut that gob of yours!
Ciebie i twoją matkę piekło pochłonie. Niech was piekło pochłonie!
Wait! Stop!
Co to za kutas?
Leave him alone and untie him.
Why would I do that? Do you know what that bastard did?
If you're talking about the rumors in the village, it's all lies. Nothing happened.
You don't know what you're talking about. That whoreson defiled my wife. My Eva, eh? He should be glad we're only gonna hang him. If I had my way, we'd castrate him as well.
I saw that mark you left on your wife's face. That was no accident, was it?
What are you on about?
You'll raise your hand to a defenseless woman, but you need a whole gang to take on a man.
Think you can insult me, do you? Shut your gob! Get him, lads!
Chwała Polsce, kurwy! Jebać was!
Well, at least Eva can find someone nicer now.
I'm all yours.
I feel quite hungry!
Boli. O kurwa, było blisko. O kurwa mać. Mało brakowało. Kimkolwiek jesteś, masz krzepę. To jak żeś nastukał tym zagnojonym kuciapom? O, sam bym lepiej tego nie uczynił.
I reckon you want to know who I am, right? I'm Henry. Henry.
Nie. A dlaczego ty mówisz do mnie jak do głupca?
Yes, that's me. Henry. I was sent by Dry Devil. He's waiting for you at the Devil's Den.
O, żeż kurwa, czart żyje? To jeszcze go nie powiesili? Kurwa, patrz, głupim to szczęście sprzyja.
As you say, in the Devil's Den. That's where all of us are supposed to meet.
O! Złaciutki! Kocham cię. Chodź ze mną. Musimy to opić w czartówce.
Go ahead. I'll meet you there later.
Dobra, to tam się spotkamy. Kurwa, już się nie mogę doczekać jakiegoś ruchanka.
What a day, Henry. You did good. Now, off to find a bed, a bite to eat, and prepare for more tales to come.
Good.
This concludes our gameplay showcase of Kingdom Come Deliverance II. Get ready for more exciting peeks into this medieval adventure on our journey towards release